Denver, his team now, about $5 million. Maybe he would go somewhere else. Maybe go home to Jacksonville. Now the latest report, indeed, he will be coming to New York, to the Jets, essentially to be a specialist. Backing up Mark Sanchez, the current quarterback, and also coming in, you would assume, special situations to run the so-called Wildcat offense and whatnot. But from a business perspective, fascinating in so many ways, Tim Tebow in New York.
Tim Tebow in New York, but Mike McCann to you. What do you make of this? I mean, everybody I've talked to tonight has said this never happens, that the player gets the opportunity to make the choice, and yet that's what happened tonight, and apparently he's chosen New York. What do you make of it?
Well, Jerry, I'm a little bit surprised that the Jets were interested in Tebow, and I say that because the Jets already have a quarterback, Mark Sanchez, who they've invested a lot of time in developing and growing, and now they've invited a situation where the first time Mark Sanchez throws an interception, Tim Tebow and his following will be up in arms. And I have a feeling this is a situation that Jets fans may not like, because we're going to have a quarterback controversy in New York that wasn't there before.
The thing about the decision and whether it was Tebow's to make or the Broncos made it for him, as is often the case, I'm not even sure if that's what really happened. I mean, it was, as Jerry said, a report that Tebow got to make the choice at the end of the day. If so, it is kind of interesting that he would pick New York, because if you go to Jacksonville and you're Tebow, you're essentially betting on yourself, aren't you, that you can be a starting quarterback in the league. Tim Tebow in New York's not a starting quarterback.
That's exactly right. And we heard earlier on this show the endorsement income of Tim Tebow, how much money he can make through his endorsement income. But look, if he's a backup quarterback, he's not going to get that kind of endorsement potential. He'll be labeled a backup quarterback. Right. He has to play to be marketable.
He has to play to be marketable. But, Mike, is $5 million a lot of money to these teams? I mean, at the end of the day, isn't this chump change for them?
Sure, absolutely. Given the amount of money that teams make, given the fact that NFL teams share so much of their revenue, $5 million is not a lot of money to NFL teams, whereas it is to pretty much everyone else.
The thing about these stories normally, when we talk about sports business, is that if you come to New York somehow, and I think this is probably the case in the Jeremy Lin story to some aspect of it at least, if Jeremy Lin were having the success that he had in some other city, it might not be as magnified as it is here in New York. But for Tebow, I'm not sure if that's really true in the NFL. You know, if you're successful as a starting quarterback in Jacksonville, you're probably in many ways more marketable than you are, right? Don't you think, Michael, as a backup in New York, or no?
Yeah, I absolutely. His best marketability is as a starter. If he's sitting on the sidelines, he won't get the game time. He won't be on national TV sports networks. Although he'll never be forgotten because he's such a big presence, his image will fade as a backup. And even in a Wildcat offense, he won't play a lot. So I certainly think he would have preferred to go to Jacksonville if he had the choice.
All right, Michael, thanks for helping us out tonight. We really appreciate your time.
Thank you.
And we'll be right back.
At Merit Financial, we've been helping conservative investors diversify with gold for over 26 years. And we offer gold and silver bullion at just 1% over dealer cost. Now we've added even more popular bullion coins and bars to our product line, all at 1% over our cost. Are you looking for gold or silver eagles? How about German marks, Austrian philharmonics, Dutch guilders, and many more gold and silver bullion products, all just 1% over dealer cost. Plus, if you're a first-time customer, you'll receive free insured delivery of your coins right to your doorstep. We'll even guarantee 1-week delivery on in-stock gold. No additional fees, no shipping costs. So call now.